Welcome to another of our motivational videos. It's time to roll on to Abraham Maslow, the main protagonist of what became known as the Neo-Human Relations School. Let's recap what we've got in the bag so far. Frederick Taylor developed a motivational school of thought known as scientific management, which put pay front and center when it came to motivating organizations' employees. Elton Mayo developed the human relations school, which actually branched away from pay being a main motivator and looked at team working and social needs that employees have and wanting to feel happy in their organization and like they're part of a group, part of a team, and there's a social element to work, and actually it was that drove their motivation. Our good old friend Abraham Maslow developed a hierarchy, what termed his hierarchy of needs, and actually put elements of Taylorism and elements of Mayo's human relations school in there, but developed it even further. So here we have Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and the fundamental principle that Maslow came up with is that people's motivational needs are different. Not every employee in the organisation is going to be motivated by the same thing. So he wasn't saying that Taylor was wrong, that some people won't be motivated by money. Maslow backs that up. But he also wasn't saying that Mayo was wrong and that some people aren't motivated by team working. He backs that up too. Maslow prophesied that what motivated people actually changed through their working life. And if organisations want to increase the productivity of their workforce, they need to try and understand what motivates different individual workers, because it won't be the same for each one. Now, according to Maslow's hierarchy, people progress through this system, this level, this pyramid of needs that he identified. What Maslow said is that when people are first starting out in an organisation and first beginning their careers, people have fundamental, basic physiological needs. The need for clothing and shelter and paying rent, paying food and bills and overheads. These are the things that people are firstly primarily concerned about when they're getting a job. And accordingly, businesses then will need to focus on pay and setting up systems so that workers can be rewarded for their hard work and their efforts and their accomplishments, but financially rewarded, because when they're first starting out in their careers, according to Maslow, we're all looking to take account of these basic fundamental physiological needs. We want somewhere to live, some clothes to wear, and some food to snack on. But crucially, Maslow said that once employees feel like these needs are met, like they're earning through their jobs and they're taking account of their physiological needs, it stops acting as a source of motivation, and workers cast their glance up to the next level of Maslow's hierarchy and start looking for these aspects to be included in their jobs as well. So the second level up in the hierarchy is what Maslow termed his safety needs. The need through your job to feel safe and secure. Now that could be in terms of the health and safety of the environment that you work in and feeling like you're in a safe workplace, but it could also be through how you feel about the security of your job, whether you're on a permanent fixed contract there, whether you've got a pension that's going to see you through into retirement, as well as having these different factors taken account. Maslow was saying that people need to feel like they have some kind of security, some longevity, some permanency to their employment prospects. But once they feel confident that those needs are met, they cast their glance up to the next level of his hierarchy as a source of motivation. And the next level up really chimes in with what Mayo found through his Hawthorne experiments. So if we had Taylorism down the bottom there and pay being the thing that motivates, by the time we're up to the third level of the hierarchy, Maslow was saying that workers have social needs, and that once they reach a certain stage in their careers, it's those social needs that take over as their primary motivator. So that need for social opportunities through their job, that need for team working, for collaboration, for a group ethos, to feel like work is somewhere where you can go as a place to socialise and to be collaborative and involved in a greater organisation, those are the needs that take over. But once you've got them, Maslow said, you start looking at the penultimate stage of his hierarchy as a source of motivation, what he described as people's esteem needs. And that's the need to be feeling like you are achieving and you're doing a good job, and that's recognized. So what organizations really need to try and be conscious of is the need for employees to feel like they are praised, recognized, that there's opportunities for rewards for their hard work through promotions and career progression, and that businesses really need to try and weave these kind of factors into their organizational structures, because some workers are going to be up to the 4th level of Maslow's hierarchy and they're not going to be motivated by these things any longer. They're looking for these factors to motivate them. But once they're there, according to Maslow, the thing that keeps people motivated even towards the higher stages of their career pathways is what he called self-actualization, the desire to reach your full potential, to be the best that you can be in your career or your field or your industry or your chosen job. Interestingly, Maslow said that people will never really feel like that need has been fully met. Anybody that reaches the 4th level of his hierarchy will always be looking at the 5th level as a source of motivation, because people will never really feel like they've achieved all they can. They will always be looking for that extra challenge, that extra goal, in order to try and make them feel like they have maximized their career or their full career potential. So there you go, Maslow, different kind of theory to the others. With Taylor, it was pay, take it or leave it. With Mayo, it was team working. That's the sole motivator. What Maslow did was actually take both of those needs and place them in his hierarchy along with other factors as well, and bring us the theory that workers progress through this during their careers, so that not every employee in an organization is going to be motivated by the same factors. Now, different theory, not necessarily right. Lots of people would disagree with this and revert to Taylorism and say, no, actually money is the sole motivator. These are things that perhaps are on the periphery. Money is the central theme. But this was at least a theory that got organizations thinking more about the different systems that they could set up to try and potentially appeal to the motivational pulls and forces of more of the employees in their organizations, particularly those that were perhaps at a more progressed stage of their career. We're going to throw links in the top hand corner. We've got Taylor up there, we've got Mayo up there, we've got a cheeky bit of Hertzberg up there for you as well. Great to know your motivation theories ready for the exam in case we're asked questions about how businesses might try and increase productivity and improve the motivation of their workforce. It's always good to throw in a bit of theory when we're answering those questions, just to show the examiner that we've got the knowledge that they are looking for. Keep on taking the biz. We'll see you soon for some more tutorials.